Hey everyone, Dan here. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about Nano Dimension, NNDM, and sort of what's going on with it. Mostly because I've been in this for about a month or 6 weeks, and it's had a really rough couple of weeks, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. So let's go through a little bit of what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, and we'll talk ourselves through it. This is on the 1 hour chart, by the way, just as you're sort of trying to figure out what you're looking at. So this puts us back at the beginning of February, right around this area, okay? And as you'll see when we scroll left, we'll go look at some price action a month ago and 2 months ago. So 1 hour time frame, NNDM. So today, after hours, we closed around 9:57, so we're up here on this red line. We dipped down to 9:28, and so I wanted to see sort of what that level held previously, just to see where we might be going from here and what I should do in the coming days. So if I look to the left, this 928 range is definitely one of these sort of magnetic ranges where the price action keeps getting drawn toward it every time it leaves it, and then it eventually leaves it for good. But if you see all the way back here, I didn't highlight these, but you know, this it got up to this area, left it, left it for a while, and then got back up to it again, left it for a while, and then got drawn to it again, broke out, got drawn back into it again, and then finally went on its way. So it's almost not surprising that we're back here. It's unfortunate because it's like, cut the share price in half from what it was up here in the 18s, almost anyway. And so what I see here is essentially not my favorite thing. I worry that we're going to drop a bit more from here. And the main reason for that is because if you notice, it had come up to these levels before, and it was essentially re-entering this on an uptrend, right? And then it consolidated here, and then it popped itself out into a more sustained uptrend. So it was like a stop along the way to continuing the trend that it had run into. And where we are now, if that's the case again, is we're on this pretty steep downtrend. And if we consolidate in this 928 range and bounce lower, then I think that we're headed down into this low 8s, high 7s range, which I don't know if I could hold down to that point. I may need to come out and then wait to see if it bounces off of this area and then come back in, because I do think there's a lot of upside here. But it's just sort of like what you're doing with your capital while it's futzing around and trying to figure out what to do. But this area, I think there's a strong possibility that we get ourselves a trend reversal if we get down to here, and mainly because that's what it did here. It really sort of like, it had broken up here and was about to enter into a downtrend, and this zone basically said, whoa, 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 let me throw you back up there. And then because it's this magnetic kind of zone, it came back down again. It said, no, let me throw you back up there again. And then we had the sustained run up. So I would think that we'd be more likely to see the same action if we get back down to that high 7, low 8 range. But I hope we don't have to, and then we can bounce off of this low 9 to mid 9 range. So moving on, if we can get off of that, and let's just take the best case scenario here, and we can get toward the mid 12s is I think our next stopping point once we establish a bounce off of this area. Here you see like pretty recent double tops here, which is a good sign. And then if we scroll back, you see really good zones here where it bounced, it just tapped it and bounced right off of it. And here was a nice consolidation zone back here in late January where it then popped up off of that as well. So that would be a really good area to see some consolidating and some friction at, because I think that would just indicate that it's going to blow right past it up to the mid 14s, where again we see some topping out here, we see some double bottoms here, we see a lot of activity, we see the double bottoms here, a bunch of points at which the price action touched the area here and then bounced off of it. So really good magnetic zones that keep drawing the price toward it and then thrusting it in a direction. And then, you can obviously see the boxes that are drawn here, and you can see all the double and triple tops and bottoms and areas in which the price action is bouncing off of it and getting drawn back to it. But I think, mid 15s if we're lucky, bouncing us up into the low to mid 16s, and then we'd have a nice jump up, getting ourselves close to 18. And then that's going to be obviously a tough one. I think we could bounce out of it and get ourselves up into the low 20s, but this is going to be a zone to break unless there's some significant news and catalyst pushing it over this $18 edge. So we have a top here. We have 1, 2, if we count these, 3, 4. So we have 5 total tops to overcome here, and that's just stretching back a month. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm hoping we can bounce off of here, but if I'm honestly looking at the chart, I think that range has shown previously to be a continuation of the trend in which the price action enters it, which in this case would mean that it pushes lower into this high 7, low 8. And then I think we do see a reversal, but I don't know that I would hold and wait to see that. I would maybe wait for the price action to reverse, because I sort of confirm my hypothesis and then get back into it. So we'll see what happens, but if you're in this play, good luck. If you are looking to get into it, I do think there's a lot of upside here. Do your research, see what you think, and maybe it would be lucky for you to snatch it up around $7.90 or $8 and ride it up from there. But in any case, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.